All right, we are back at it. Show main screen where we left off. We've got some food in us, got some more coffee. Where do I... What I want to see is my chat. Yes. Have that. View status, full screen. There you are. Over here. Why is this not working properly? Move that. Stats. Always a learning experience. Move that there. Oh, there's chat. I'll move you right here. Move this over here. And we're back at it. Okay, so what we're working on now, I think basically our exploratory data analysis is complete. Got observations done. Now we just want pre-processing. So we actually need to split the data. Actually, no, we want to split the data. So the first thing, split data, you do x equals df drop exited, axis equals 1, and then you want your df pop exited. Now something, okay, I want to see the difference. Where is ChatGPT? Okay, so if I do, okay, what is the difference between y equals df drop and y exited and y equals df exited? No, this would be boom, make sure that's right. Okay, df drop, no, did I do that wrong? Df pop. Whoops. Okay, df pop removes the exited column from the data frame, assigns to the variable y. After this operation, df will no longer contain the exited column. Df exited, this selects the exited column from the data frame df and assigns it to variable y, however, does not modify the original df. Okay. So maybe that's even better. Well, if I don't want to... So that's interesting because I'm always taught, so far I'm taught to drop it. So this is right? Okay, cool. So we're not modifying, which means also if I do df info, I should still have df exited, right? Yeah, okay. And if I were to pop it, it would remove it from, cool. Cool. I did not know that, and I started seeing that pop up, so I just wanted to understand. And that's why I rely on ChatGPT to teach me over using it as a crutch while I'm in the learning space. So now the next things is to categorical encoding is what I need to do. And for that, I have a number of columns. I want to change male, female. So first off, I need to prepare the gender column. So for something like gender, is it better to encode for a gender column of male and female? Is it better to encode 0 or 1, or to utilize get dummies? Okay, so avoiding order imposition using 0 or 1 implies an order, suggesting that female is somehow greater than male, which may not be appropriate for gender. Model interpretability, one-hot encoding explicitly creates separate binary columns for each category, making the encoding more interpretable for machine learning models. So maybe I'll just leave for it. Avoid using 0 can introduce bias. Cool. Okay, so that's what I'm going to avoid. And then we're just going to go straight forward. So we're not going to prepare. We are going to prepare the categorical columns. And by that, we're going to do X. It's going to be get dummies. Why is it doing that? X get dummies. That's not what I want. I guess I can, do I prep it first? X get dummies X drop first equals true. So what does that give me? If I do X head, gender male, geography Spain. Okay, so the reason to do that is because, so there's something called get dummies, and the reason to do that is because machine learning models cannot handle words. So even though if you're using something like an LLM or using GPT and you're interacting with that, everything behind the scenes is numbers. So all the vectors, all the words are labeled and encoded as numbers, and then when you see it, it's interpreted back to words. So to prepare, that's what I needed to do. And now we should have just true, false, which is Boolean, which it can handle. So when I go here, yes, we have Boolean. We've got no more objects. It's prepped and ready to go. So now, would it make sense to do yeah, this is what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, X, train, val, validation, test split. So we're going to have a completely separate test. We're going to run all the training and validation within a subset of it, and then we're going to test it against a completely separate part of the data set that we're just not going to touch. So that's what we want. So first we do split between test and temp, and that we do X temp, Y temp, train test split, 20% goes to the test set, random state 42, we'll do 1, doesn't really matter, and then we run that. And then we do X train, X val, Y train, Y val, but here this should be 25%, And that way we get the same test size after the split. Random state. Oh, crap. I did not stratify y. Because we want the same amount of y values because it's imbalanced, especially because it's imbalanced. Stratify y temp. And then we double check. We do print We'll just copy paste. Make sure 600 2011 2011. Okay. We're good. So the X test gets set aside. We're working with train and validation set. So now we have our training and validation set. And if we go up here to make sure, based on the rubric of my class, split the target, we did. Split the data into train and test. We are going to do validation set. And then we did categorical encoding. So now we are actually good to build the model. Now this is the first time I'm actually building the model. Choose the metric of choice with proper rationale. Well, it should be recall, right? I'm assuming so. Because anytime we do a churn, like so, the focus should be on reducing as many false negatives as possible. So the appropriate metric of choice should be what's called recall. And that's what recall does. So you have recall, you have precision, you have accuracy, and you have F1 score. We want to focus on recall. Train neural network with SGD as an optimizer. Now, I'm not 100% familiar with SGD, so I want to go to TensorFlow's optimizer SGD. No, I don't want to do that. And I want to read up on it just a little bit. Okay, optimizer SGD, learning rate, momentum. It's a lot here. Weight. This got to be weight, right? Parameter W. Minus learning rate times gradient. Parameter W. When Nesterov equals true, this rule becomes velocity equals momentum, learning rate. Nesterov. Boolean, whether to apply Nesterov momentum defaults to false. Float type parameter, learning rate. Default learning rate's 0.1. Loss scale factor, float or none. If a float, the scale factor will be multiplied the loss before computing gradients, and the inverse of the scale factor will be multiplied by the gradients before updating variables, useful for preventing underflow during mixed precision training. Alternately, Keras Optimizer's loss scale optimizer will automatically set a loss scale factor. Attributes, learning rate, and variables. From config, class method, blah, blah, blah. Set weights. Okay. Okay. Back to the project. Choose the metric of choice with the proper rationale. The focus should be reducing, yes. Train neural network with SGD as an optimizer. Comment on model performance. All right, so I want to reference other notebooks. All right. Okay, so this is going to be our baseline model. Oh, one thing I got to change is this got to run on, I believe, runtime, manage, change runtime type. I got to change this to a TPU. And then I got to rerun all the cells. Google Colab runtime for TensorFlow. Because I don't know if TensorFlow, Google Colab is a free cloud-based Jupyter notebook environment. TensorFlow, you first need to create a new notebook and change the run type to GPU or TPU. Yes, that's right. So TensorFlow cannot run on the CPU. It's got to run on the GPU. Yes. Clears current Keras session. Oh, I got to run everything. So runtime, run before. And everything's got to run again because I changed the run type and Google Colab resets it. Connect. Yes. Continue. Continue. If we go up here, we'll see all of this running, all my data analysis, all the libraries are imported. Going. Validating all my splits, training data, validation, testing, done. And yeah, we're caught up. Okay. So we want Keras, backend, clear session to restart. Then initialize the neural network. Do we just call it model? Init model, first model. We'll do init model equals. I don't think I need to do Keras sequential. Can I just do sequential? It's not defined. Not defined. Is it Keras sequential? Okay. I guess it's based on how you import it. Now, is there any... Just the optimizer, that's it. Model summary. So this is binary. Okay, so then I do compile neural network, compile neural network model would be model compile. Yes, optimizer, SGD. Was there anything else? Oh, loss. This is a binary cross entropy, right? Tensor loss parameter. Binary cross entropy, right? TF Keras losses, yeah. Binary cross entropy. I wonder if it's going to error me out. SGD. And it is. Model's not defined. Oh, because I called it init model. Okay. So we have our model. Optimizer. We know it's binary cross entropy because we're only going between two. It's just two classifications. Have they left the bank or did they stay with the bank? And just to confirm, right? Yes, customer left the bank. No, customer did not leave the bank. Okay. Go back down here. Now we want to run, we want to run the model. So, batch size. batch size. That's going to be dependent on, we have 6,000. So maybe, what does ChatGPT say about the right batch size? What is the right batch size for a TensorFlow neural network? TensorFlow network depends on various factors, such as the size of your data set. Of course. Common batch size range from 32 to 28. So maybe we do, we just try 32 epochs. It doesn't really say. So maybe we run 10. Start, is it start time? Equals time. Yes. And I think this is it. History, init, model, X-train, Y-train, epochs, validation. I think that's it. And then we run it. Time is not defined. It's because I need to import another library, I'm sure. Import time. Boom. All the way back up here to our libraries. We'll do like a section for miscellaneous libraries. We'll do import time. Go all the way back to the bottom. And we'll run it. Failed to convert NumPy array into a tensor. Why? History, init, model, X-train, Y-train, batch size equals batch size. Epochs. Validation, xval, yval. Validation, xval, yval. Failed to convert a NumPy array to a tensor. Unsupported object type. Integer. What? Unsupported object type integer. Explain yourself. Get out of here. I'm not paying for it. The error is caused by the presence of an integer value in the Y-train or yval variables. The fit method of the sequential model expects the labels to be type float 32 or float 64. Really? So if I go back up here and I do y info, it is of int type. How have I never encountered that before? Wait. Why can't tensor handle int d type? There's some consideration. Compatibility. TensorFlow prefers float 32 or float 64 for numeric computation because many machine learning algorithms are designed to work with floating point numbers while int types can be used. They may need to be converted to float at some point in the computation. Wait, if TensorFlow knows it can't handle int types and there's the chance that you're going to use int types because you have a 0 or a 1, like if I go back here and you do like y value counts, you see it's 0 or 1. Okay. All right, whatever. So really up here, I should convert it. So y equals y as type, it doesn't matter, float 32. And then do this. Still saying it's int. Boom, boom, boom. Failed to convert a NumPy array to a tensor. So because it's still int. Y equals Y as type float 32. To fix the error, you should ensure that Y-train or float 32 float 64 because everything else is 64. And then runtime, run after. As type float 64 y val, yeah, maybe all of that, and then that. Okay, so that didn't help. Curious if I miss adding a dense layer. Data prep. Didn't need to do that. Reshaping. Okay. Problem was on my second screen, I've got some stuff from class that I can't share. So I'm trying to read through it to understand what's going on. It's apparent that tensor cannot handle integer data types. It's got to be a float 32 or float 64. I get it. Okay. Oh, so you have to encode the target variable in the pre-processing. Really? Specify the number of classes. We have 2 classes. So I got to change this to categorical here. So it shouldn't be this. It should be Kara's. Yes. That's what it should be, huh? Yes. Yes, okay. Still not working. Why? Boom, boom. So after I run this and I look at Y-train, for example, what's it going to show me? Type float. Float 32. Okay. I have X-train, Y-train. Unsupported integer. Is it my X columns? Is that what's going on? What if I look at X-train? Train.info. Does it not want to handle integer there? So we got integers there. Interesting. How does the Y-train align? Y-train head. That's right, it's not a data frame, so I can't do that. So it's showing me an array of the values. Interesting. Xtrain. So all integer types need to be adjusted. Okay, so how would I write? I just want one simple code, right? So I want write a code to change all d types of int 64. Damn it, 64 in xtrain to float 32. No, I don't want all of them because we have Boolean. Unless I manually do it. So if you do like xtrain, and I did like credit score, age, tenure, num of products. Why don't you help me out with this autofill, huh? Yeah, that's not it. Has credit card. Wait, where's gender female? We have. Whoa, something's not right. I'm glad I checked this. I have gender male. I should have gender female as a column. All right, we are. Y as type float. Drop first equals true. Oh boy. Something is not right. We're missing France. And we're missing female for some reason in the X column. What happened? What if I do this instead? df cat. No, cat categories. And then I do this. Empty data frame. Oh God. Boolean array. Something got mixed up. Okay, we're gonna restart. Restart session, yes. And then we're gonna run before. Get rid of that. Where did I create df cat? Where are you? There you are. df cat. Exclude number. Data preprocessing. So before I even get there, if I did like df equals pd get dummies df columns equals df cat, Boolean array expected for the condition, df info, object float integer, Boolean array expected for the condition. What are you trying to tell me? The error is caused by dfcat variable not containing Boolean values. Expects the columns argument to be a list of column names that contain Boolean values. Okay, so that's not what I want. Oh yeah, so if I do like df or categorical, and I do df select d types exclude number, right? And I do columns to lists, and I do categorical, I should see geography and gender. What happened to the other ones? There's only two? There's only two now. So geography and gender. So then I can change this to categorical, and it works. Nice. Now if I look at df info and I look at the columns, I get male, female, France, Germany, Spain. Okay, they're all there now. Now I can split my data. I don't need to do this. I already did it. Now I can do this. But what's going on here? So split the data, train test val. Where'd my print go? This needs to go up. Validate that my data sets are correct. I've got 6,000 to train on, 2,000 to validate, and then 2,000 to test later on the final model. Because that's what we do. We have 10,000 total rows of data. And we want to keep testing to the side, so all of the models will be evaluated between training and validation. Now, it doesn't allow me yet to train. But why do I do it here? Why isn't it just here? What if I do this here? Does that screw it up? I wonder. So if I do y equals Keras utils categorical y, if I do this, then I do this, run it again, boom, boom. And then, for example, I do y train down here. It's the same. Okay, so that's done. I've got y done. It's still not going to allow me to run the model, right? Because it's got an integer type in X. But what if you also do utils to categorical for X? That's what I need to figure out. How do you process X? I think you just change, right? Okay, so if this is my change int 64 columns to float 32. Is that the right way to do it? Let's ask ChatGPT. So how do you handle processing int64 D types prior to running a TensorFlow model? Float data as type. It's just going to tell me to change. Wait, what happened here? Normalize data if needed. Okay, I'm not going to do that yet. I just want to run the damn model. I guess I could... I don't want to manually do that, though. Right? X... Define this function converts for call in int64 calls. So I guess I could just write a function, which is exactly what this is. Convert x calls, we'll call that. And then we'll do exactly that. int64 calls equals df select d types. Don't need that. N64 columns. And then convert x columns. df select. This seems like it overly complicated this. I don't feel like this is necessary. Because if I do that, and then... No, because it's going to create a new data frame. And if I just merely want to select change int 64 columns to float 32, what's it going to give me this time? It's going to do the same stupid thing because I just asked for it. Convert int 64 columns to float 32. If you want to convert only specific columns, yeah, this is what I want. Yep. So we can just do credit score, age. This was the idea all along. I guess sometimes you just, yeah, I could do the function, but whoops. Num of products has credit card, is active member, and then not exited. Okay, because that one's already converted. We run that. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I want to do X. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Sure. You're going to error me. I knew it. Unsupported object type float. What do you mean? What in the world do you mean? Oh, getting a call. 1 second. Okay. Failed to convert NumPy array to tensor. It's unsupported object type float. Explain yourself. Check the data type. Might be with the shape of the data. Oh, am I missing? Might be curious. If I do auto add, keep doing that. Init. No, that wasn't it. I don't know if I need that, so I'll put that aside. I'm just really curious what's happening here. So I have, we go back up here. And like now if I do like X train, info, floats, no more integers. If the data types are already correct, yes. Check the data type X train. They should be either float 32 or float 64. If they are not, convert as type. Already done. If data types are already correct, the issue might be with the shape of the data. Ensure the shapes of the train. Oh, I guess I should do like we can do change that to Y and run it. Oh wait, I think I messed something up. Y train Y train head. Is it gonna let me show? No. But if I go up here, if I do like Y, so stupid, head. Oh my god. Of course it's not easy. It's neural networks. Why did I think it was going to be easy? We start over. Restart session. Yes. Runtime. Run before. And I'm going to go get coffee. And water. Okay. So df info, we have back to the integers, back to the floats, whatever. We split the data. Right? Let me see. There has to be some... Just trying to think. All right, I'm going to go get my coffee. Okay, I'm going to get rid of all this. Get out of here. I know for sure I have to split the data. Wait, did I already get dummies? I got dummies. Okay. Male, female, French, Germany, Spain. That's there. That's fine. We're done there. Now 100% I split the data. I know I need my X and I need my Y, the target variable. And if I look at Y, shape, 1,000. Okay. That's fine. I know that's right. And I know X should be 10,000. And then all of the categories. Okay, 13. Sure. That's correct. We're good. Because there's 14 columns here. Y was removed with exited. So that's fine. And then X shape. Okay. I'm going to get rid of that and get rid of that. And then I know with 100% certainty, I got to split X. Shit never changes. I also want to shape, I'll add that in there. Y val shape, because we want to confirm do I do this? Does that work? Right? Could do that, and then that, and then I do, yeah. That works. What I do? Do we need commas here? Yes. Okay. So we got it. So we do x y. Clean this up, make it look pretty. Y. X. Y. Done. Cool. Training data set, validation, testing. Okay. This is correct. Get rid of that. Now for the annoying part. What's happening here? Why then do I go here and I can't build the model? Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? Backend clear session. We can run that. Oh, this is what I forgot too. Because there's a random seed generator. So you set random seed generator. Random. Oh, I didn't import random, did I? Yeah, yep, I did not. Where's my libraries? Go all the way back to the bottom. Random seed 1, sure. Random seed 1. Set seed to 1. Keras sequential. Maybe we'll do model 0 instead, or model 1. This is model 1, or model 0, because in Python 1 starts with 0, because that makes sense. Okay. So then this is right. Model 0. This is right. So what am I doing wrong? So if I run that, that's correct. Well, there's no... There's that now. And there's that. So we have an input layer. Okay, we have our input layer. Is it because we don't have a output layer? Is that what's happening here? Where's my sample notebook? I need a sample notebook from class. Where'd it go? Hands-on introduction to neural networks. That's, oh, here it is. Yeah, I don't think that really, this one doesn't really help me. I need to file, open, upload. Predicting chances of admission. Let's do this one. Okay. Again, I can't necessarily show this just because I'm worried about confidentiality and what gets shared. But this is my project, so I can show this. I'm trying to look at like the overall process. Oh, that's cool. Seems like every time I look at a different notebook, there's always just a little bit to add. And just through time, just like anything else, you know, I guess it just comes with time. Okay, so I added an input layer. Where's this you know what? That's just that's a hidden layer. I don't think I necessarily need that yet. I'm going to unmark that. I'm going to do model. No, wait. If I just do that, that's just going to be it. Then I want to do, oh, you know what? I forgot metrics. I mentioned earlier we want recall. You son of a... There's some pre-processing that I'm not grasping. And I can't, I don't necessarily... History, model, zero fit. Okay. Unsupported object type, sure. Unsupported D types of tensor. In TensorFlow, not all data types are supported for all operations. Supported data types can vary depending on the operation, the version of TensorFlow you are using. Here are some common data types and their typical uses in Tensor. Float32, commonly used data type for networks, machine, okay. Used for representing double precision. Int32 is more common, but Int64 can be useful for representing large integers, bool, string. Okay, so it can't... All right, so it's thrown me an error. Failed to convert NumPy array to a tensor. But why? What are you doing? I guess I should label the history too, huh? Since I got to run multiple models. You're bumming me out, man. Okay. Let's see. Keep looking through my notes over here. Bank churn. Oh boy. I think I'm missing. I think I have to scale. Okay. We are going to try something here. We go back up here. And then we're going to do scaling to prep data. Why do we use standard scalar for TensorFlow model? That's what we need to figure out. Normalization, equal weighting, stability, speed of convergence, regularization. Sure. Scalar equals standard scalar. Yep. I guess I should know which columns to normalize, huh? DF, no. Oh boy. Oh. Another library to import. Import from sklearn. Yes, please. Now we go back down. Now what do you want? String object is not callable. What'd it do? What got back in there? Yeah, you keep thinking. Fit method. Specifically, the error is in the metrics argument, which is set to recall. The recall metric is a string, but it should be functions. What did I do? Wait, how's that different? Metrics recall. Oh. Really? Recall is not defined. Okay. Recall score? Yes. We're so close, it's moving. Cannot convert a symbolic TF tensor to a NumPy array. This error may indicate that you're trying to pass a tensor to a NumPy call, which is not supported. Oh boy. It's from sklearn, but it's not compatible with TensorFlow's Keras API. You want your own recall score. This is so funny. Okay. I'm just going to need all these APIs to get along. How about that? Okay, we're just going to try it. I don't think this is the cleanest way to do it. Keras. Oops. Now you going to work? No, you're not going to work. Shapes. None 64 and none 1 are compatible. The hell are you talking about now? The error message indicates that the shapes of ypred and ytrue are incompatible. The issue uses recall as a metric, which requires the output of the model to be binary. However, the model's output shape would suggest the model's producing 64-dimensional vector. Okay, then I fucked up somewhere. Where did... okay. $64-dimensional, huh? Oh, is that what I did? Is it 1? Is it really 1? Hallelujah, we're running. Okay, now that it ran, output, validation recall. It's not what I want. So that metric is not correct. The Model 1 okay, what are the requirements here? Choose the metric of choice, which is recall. Train your with SGD as the optimizer. Comment on model performance. Curious if my scalar issue is incorrect. Ran 10 epochs. Where's my... What can I run? There we go. That's what I need. Code. I want to model 0 summary. The hell? Model 0 summary. Total params 14. Well, I certainly don't understand what's happening here. Val recall. I want TensorFlow metrics. That's what I want. Let's look at the white paper. And sit down. Okay, computes the recall predictions with respect to the labels. Sure. Can I click these? Let's go into recall. TF cares metrics recall. Top K. This metric creates two local variables, true positives and false negatives. Right. They are used to compute the recall. The value is ultimately returned as recall, an idempotent operation that simply divides true positives by the sum of true positives and false negatives. If sample weight is none, weights default to 1, use sample weight of 0 to mask values. If class ID is specified, we calculate recall by considering the entries. Thresholds. Usage. So why does it look like that? Am I doing this incorrect? All right, let's adjust. Let's follow the white paper here. So metrics, it's doing, where'd you go? The hell just happened? What just happened? Okay, I need that for sure. But where did my tensor... Oh, there you are. Okay. Metrics. Keras metrics recall. Just want me to do that? Running the model. Did that have any change? Not that I'm aware of. Model summary. Non-trainable params. Or total non-trainable, 0. Okay. Usage with loss with from logits equals true. How are you supposed to generally write this? So I'm curious. If I do like, let's set this aside, but instead let's do accuracy. Okay, so you see accuracy increasing here, and you see up and down on the validation. But why is recall so low? That's my question. Then you do your model summary. Dense, okay. What I'm worried about is, did I do the standard scalar correct? Like, what does X train even look like after that? X train. Sure. That's not going to work because it's not a data frame. Okay, so confusion matrix. Let's actually look at what happened here. So we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 review outputs. We can move this down to review outputs, and then we're going to pull this over here. So this is going to create a custom confusion matrix. That way it's going to have true and predicted. Correct. And then we're going to review the summary, and then we're going to make a confusion matrix. Nope, that's not it. That's not it at all. Whoops. What's it? Actual targets, predicted targets. It's Y train, Y val. How dare you? view. Confusion matrix. Oh, what am I doing here? Actual targets, make confusion. Okay. Actual targets, predicted targets. What do we got going on here? Oh, did I even import confusion matrix? I had to have, right? Yes, I did. Okay, thank you. Format item. Why am I having a hard time grasping what I'm supposed to be doing right now? Oh, I do want to do this. I want to add title. And then PLT title. I don't think Tensor's going to run without a GPU. It's going to get me to pay. That's why I just need to build my own damn computer. What do you mean model 0 is not defined? Oh, because it kicked me off. Bless it. Runtime. Run before. Well, that's going. I need to check on offer up. Permit this notebook. Yes. Continue. Okay, that's running. That's running. Model 0. actual targets. What are these over here? Something's not right. Oh, what are we predicting over here? We have... That's not right at all. Classification can't handle a mix of binary and continuous targets. Y val. Okay. Confusion matrix is predicted targets. Actual versus predicted. Oh. Because I need Y pred. I think that's what I need. All right, I think that's enough streaming for me today. I need a breather. Working on this project, but we'll keep at it.